Okay, so here we go. This is the Feelworld 7-inch HD 1280 by 800 monitor for your camera system. I actually already own one of these, but with the new garage setup, so I can have camera on the workbench, and for in the shop, I needed to have 2 monitors. So I went ahead and bought another one. This is just going to be an unboxing video. I've used the Feelworld brand for, I don't know, about a year and a half on my camcorder, but I got a new Canon 4K camera, and it's got an HDMI output, so this is not a 4K monitor, but it's a 1080. It'll work just fine. The picture quality is phenomenal on these. It's priced under $100. The only thing is you do need to buy a battery, and I actually had 2 batteries. These are the batteries that I have. These are sold separately, and I recommend just going on Amazon. If I have a link, I'll put the link below. The battery life is phenomenal on these. It's multiple hours runtime. You could probably get 7 hours on a battery, but yeah, we'll just unbox this here since I already have one. I already know what I'm getting into. And we've got our little card, and this is our over the monitor piece that I'm not going to use. This goes, if you're going to use these outside, this would go over the monitor to stop the sunlight, the shade on it. This is my warranty type card. It's funny because the temperature range is -30 to 60 Celsius, and the garage is 50 degrees. I've had the heat running for a couple hours, or about an hour, going on over an hour, and it's extremely cold out right now. So wow, just like the other one. So now I've got a 5.5 screen as well, but the 7, I thought, well, the price difference, it was like, actually, to be honest with you, I think this was a couple dollars cheaper than the newer 5.5 Feelworld. But this brand, don't feel like, oh, I can't trust this brand, this isn't a name brand. I'm telling you, I've used this thing for quite a while with no issues or no problems. And just so you know, your battery port is on the back of the monitor, and it requires a SF970 battery. That's the only one I use, and this thing is just so easy to use. And it's got an AC port, but I think the plug-in, okay, so I did get an HDMI cable. I mean, this is basically it. I did not get an AC adapter. I believe that was extra. I don't know what would be in here. Oh, that's nice to have. That's an extra monitor piece to put on the bottom of the monitor to adjust it. And then the tool to lock it. So, yeah, this is so easy. Oh, my first unboxing video. Well, no, not technically, but this thing is just like super easy to set up. This is your piece that your shade goes over, and it's just like a Velcro piece, and it fits on top of the monitor. I am not going to put that on. It just snaps on to the monitor. And I'll open this up. Actually, I will go ahead and put this on for you, just to show you. Oops. Maybe. I think it just snapped on. There we go. And it just snaps on there. Like so. Then you have your hood. I think it's a hood on the camera. I'm not 100% sure. Like so. And then if you were like shooting videos out in a park or something, that would be your hood, but we're not going to run that in this garage. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is your cable stay bracket for the HDMI. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and get that on there. And I've actually got a longer HDMI cable that I purchased separately because I already know I need a longer cable. So there you go. Go ahead and put a battery on this thing. Boy, these have been out in the cold. I hope this thing will turn on. There's a small button for the battery here. I always like to go from the bottom and push it in, and then push the button, and kind of slide it in. There we go. Feelworld. I don't know who come up with that name. Yeah, people in China, they name shit weird. I mean, it's when you start shopping for stuff in China, they got all kind of weird names. So, yeah, it works. I'm not even going to get in the menu and stuff because that really doesn't. I mean, I don't need none of that. I just need plug and play to see what's going on here. So HDMI and AV cable. So what I'm going to do now is show you. I'm going to hook it up and then put some magnets to it, and then show you where I'm going to mount it on the wall. Probably going to have to take the gloves off here. So this is a stand that I bought for, I think it's like Blink or Bink security camera system, and it's made to mount on the wall. But I'm running out of room in my wall, so what I come up with was I had some extra magnets. So we're going to attach the magnets to the wall mount, and then we'll just stick it on the metal pegboard that I have my equipment on. I'm probably going to have to take the gloves off. So what we'll do, because I've already done this here, go ahead and get our magnets out. I'm not sure the poundage on these magnets, and they're countersunk. Oops. And the reason we want the countersunk magnets is so when we put our screws in, they actually go into the magnet. Like so. We'll just run the one nut all the way down and then tighten them up here toward the end. I'm still messing around with the settings on this this 4K camera. I really wanted to get a camcorder again, but the one thing about the camcorder is the entire tripod system that I was using, because I'm so limited for space, it just took up so much room in my garage. It was hard to maneuver the camcorder. And listen, these new camcorders, they're nothing like the old camcorders. But I just needed something a little smaller, and the technology on these just regular cameras is phenomenal. You know, most people say, oh, you got to have a DSLR and you got to do... Listen, man, I'm a hobbyist. You know, I shoot YouTube videos, you know, so I can make a little extra money, and I can help people with some of the stuff that I'm doing, especially on the motorcycle and four-wheeler stuff. A lot of that information isn't out there. And if it is out there, you know, it's not real thorough. So I thought right before tax time, I'll go ahead and splurge a little bit and write this stuff off on my taxes. So there's a few other things that I still need to get, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it before Christmas. Come on now. Because I really got to go get I've got to go get a trailer. So I've been putting it off. I wanted to go buy a Ford Transit, the big one. But I went and looked at them, and the car market is still... I don't understand the car market, because all the car lots are full, but the prices haven't come down. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, you know, and it's just crazy. You know, they want $50,000 for a Ford Transit that's got, you know, 230,000 miles on the thing. It's just absurd. And I would definitely not buy nothing new. I'll tell you what, American vehicles, ever since COVID happened, I wouldn't buy an American vehicle for nothing. The American companies between Chevy and Ford, they have screwed up, and the same thing with Stellantis or whatever the hell with Dodge. Nothing is the quality that it used to be. And I don't like the idea of all this new stuff having all these computers and shit in them. My Toyota Camry, it's about the last thing without a bunch of technology in it. And what they got planned with all the technology in cars, and you're not going to be able to get insurance. Oh, that's a big one. They ain't telling you about that. They ain't going to give you no car insurance if you don't have the cars that are plugged in now. So that's coming down the pipeline. People really have no idea what's coming. They don't understand that the government is they've made decisions for climate change. And that climate change is going to force poor people to lose their houses, because they're not going to be able to upgrade their property for climate that's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's not proven. This planet is so many billion years old. Do fossil fuels, you know, hurt the ecosystem and stuff? Well, yeah, probably don't help. But it's not as bad as they say, where the goddamn world's going to end and they're gluing their hands to the concrete. That's the stupidest thing. I never even thought in my lifetime you glue your hands to the concrete roads. That is just stupid. Tell you what, they ain't doing that shit in America. That's all that foreign shit. All them fucking foreigners that America is having to defend right now. Europe's a fucking mess, and America's got to pay to foot your fucking security bills. It's absolutely absurd. Okay, let's see if we can get this mounted up. I guess I better put the battery in it. See if these magnets hold it. Perfect. Oh yeah. See, this way I can hook the cable up. Well, I guess I could hook the cable up right now and plug it into the camera and see if it comes up. I might have to get a 10-foot cable instead of a 6. Well, these cables ain't cheap either. Let's see if we can get the image up there. right, I'm gonna plug it in. I have no idea. Maybe the camera should be off. I don't know. And it didn't work. Well, that sucks. No signal. Well, let's try this. Well, here's the deal. I've got all the settings on the camera to where I don't understand what's going on here, but I've got an image on it. That's all that I wanted. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm real happy with that. So I've got to change to where the camera has the information on the camera, not just the screen. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is super quality brand. I've used it for many years, and any purchases from the links below will really help out the channel. Like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you do. So I'm out of here.